Hey everybody, Coach Richie here, Director of Player Development with 5 Star Atlantic. If you had an opportunity to watch my first week video, welcome back. If not, I encourage you to go back and watch that video about extreme ownership and who is in charge of this process, who truly is responsible for your own personal growth and development. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and talk about mindset this week, and I'm going to kick it off with a quote from Coach Dabo Swinney of the Clemson Tigers, the recent national champion Clemson Tigers. He says, "Adversity really does three things. Everybody has adversity in their lives, and certainly in the game of football, there's a lot of adversity. And when it happens, there's always a choice to be made. You either let it define you, you let it destroy you, or you let it develop you into who God created you to be." Again, this is the same Dabo Swinney who in 2008, after being interim head coach of the Clemson Tigers, was named the next head coach of the program. ESPN had a ranking about that coaching hire, and they said that it was a lazy hire. They said that's a D plus at best hire, that it's not going to go anywhere. And what could a wide receiver coach possibly know about growing a football program? Well, obviously, Dabo Swinney set out on a path to prove them wrong. And I don't think that's why he did that. I think he was on a personal path of growth, of his personal growth, the growth of his players and his coaches that were part of his program. And he's accomplished something. It's a first 15-0 national championship team in college football, one of the most respected and feared programs in college football history. So if you guys think about what Dabo Swinney's mindset must be on a daily basis, that's somebody that we should look up to, admire, and respect in the way that he applies himself. This is a fantastic example, though, of what it's like to have a positive mental attitude. And that concept alone is not a new concept, but the idea of two different mindsets is a new idea. That's something that we're now recently talking about within the last decade in sports psychology. And in these two different mindsets, there's a fixed mindset and there's a growth mindset. Now, Dr. Carol Dweck is a psychologist, and she highlights that in her book, Mindset. And I encourage you guys to read it. It's a fantastic book. But some of the main takeaways here is this. There are people that go through life with a fixed mindset. So I'm going to go ahead and describe what those people are like. Somebody with a fixed mindset believes that talent is static. Either you're smart or you're dumb. Either you're athletic or you're not. And that's just what it is. There's nothing that you can do to affect it. What a miserable way to think. They also avoid challenges. If something comes up, there's an obstacle, there's adversity, they go ahead and they let it define them or they let it destroy them, right? What a miserable way to go through life. They give up easily. When they're going for something, they might say, I'm going to go ahead and do that. But then at the first sight of failure, the first time that they face a real challenge or adversity in that process, they just give up. They just say, this isn't worth it, right? And they see effort is fruitless. Like, why should I even try at that? Why would I even try? Because I'm not good anyway. Why am I going to try? They ignore feedback. These people aren't coachable. If you go ahead and you try to coach them up, give them a piece of advice, they just take it and they throw it out. They maybe take it as a personal attack, or they just don't care what you have to say. These people are not coachable. And lastly, and this is the worst part to me, and I can't stand these people, but they're bitter at the success of other people. Right? If you know somebody like this is not somebody you want to associate with. Maybe you recognize some of these qualities in yourself, and that's okay. We're going to go ahead and talk about how to develop a growth mindset. But these people with a fixed mindset have a very limited view on life and what their own personal abilities and what they can accomplish. So we're going to go ahead and move past this fixed mindset, understanding that that is a mindset that leads to a miserable life. That's something that's not going to get us to where we want to go. But what will is a growth mindset. So here's what a growth mindset is. These are the people that hustle. These are the people that we admire for constantly working hard in pursuit of their goals. These are the people who are just in love with the process and relentless as they go ahead and work day in and day out. These people have growth mindset. They understand that there's going to be setbacks. They jump right into challenges. They accept failure as the best tool for learning, and they grow from it. These people are coachable. They welcome feedback. They want people to give them feedback on how they're doing. They want advice on how to get better. They want people to hold them accountable the way they're holding themselves accountable to get to the next level in whatever skill they're working on. These people are people that are energetic. They're enthusiastic. They're contagious to be around because they have hope that the future is going to be better, because they know what they do today is going to affect their tomorrow. And they're excited about that because they're doing everything they can today to grow and to get better at what they're doing. These are people with a growth mindset. But above all else, from this book, Mindset, the one thing that we need to take away is this. Greatness is not born, it is created. And it's created by you, and it's created by the environment that you put yourself in. So congratulations for being part of this environment. It's a positive, nurturing environment for greatness, to challenge you athletically, to challenge you academically, to challenge you socially. What a great environment to be in. But the other part of this is you. Again, make sure that you guys are taking an opportunity to develop these talents, right? Because we're creating greatness. You're not just born with it. You don't just throw hard or run fast or jump high or do whatever talent that you have if you're not working at it. We don't just be born great. We have to work towards it. And that's what she talks about in her book, Mindset. Now, kind of piggybacking off the topic, there's another fantastic read. This is the book Grit by Angela Duckworth. And Angela Duckworth has recently put this book out there, Grit, and she's talking about the grit equation. So there's two parts of this. There's passion and there's persistence. Now, passion is what you love to do, what you're truly motivated and driven towards accomplishing in life. It's kind of harder to measure. This is how long are you willing to stay with something? What are you truly, when you wake up in the morning, that you're looking to accomplish? And this passion is at the root of who you are. And then persistence is kind of the stick-to-itiveness. Or am I willing to work through the obstacles today? Am I going to go ahead and stick through this no matter what pain might come my way, what type of failures I might experience, how hard it might be, how difficult it's going to be. Maybe my friends don't think I'm cool because I'm persistent at working hard at this thing. Whatever it is, persistence is your ability to work through it. Now, passion without persistence doesn't get you anywhere, because you might be passionate. I love that. I want to go ahead and achieve that. But if you don't stick through it, if you don't, once you get that first obstacle, second obstacle, and you're like, you know what, this is kind of too hard, then you have a fixed mindset. You're saying, you know, I'm not good at that anyway. Then you're a fixed mindset. You're accepting that your position in life is fixed and that there's nothing you can do to affect it. And despite the fact that you're passionate about it, you're too scared to see what happens when you go after it, right? So passion without persistence doesn't get us anywhere. But persistence without passion, that doesn't really get us anywhere either, because eventually that fire fizzles out. You know, I might be persistent in something for a while, but eventually, if I'm not really passionate about it, I'm going to wonder, hey, what's the point, right? You know, if I'm passionate and say, hey, I'm going to go do something, and I'm persistent, then that's when great things start to happen. We need those two things together, passion and persistence. And she backs us up a step. She says, okay, I have this talent. That talent alone is not good enough, right? And if I had a fixed mindset and say, hey, I'm pretty good, I'm smart, right? And I just accept that. I'd use that to define me, but that would negatively impact my life. But if I go ahead and say, hey, I have talent, I'm pretty smart, I'm pretty athletic, I'm good at baseball, whatever it is, I need to apply effort to it to develop a skill. So her equation, now if you guys have a pen and paper, write this down, please. The first equation is talent times effort equals skill, right? Talent times effort equals skill. The second equation is this. Okay, now I got this skill. Now I applied some effort to this talent. I've developed a skill. Now skill times effort equals achievement. Skill times effort equals achievement. This concept is that effort counts twice. We not only have to apply ourselves in the process to get better, but then once we're in the test, once we're in the game, once we're at that point where we can achieve something, we need to apply effort again. We can't be afraid of the challenges. We can't be afraid of failure. We need to go ahead and continuously apply pressure to that. We need to be putting forth our utmost effort with that skill that we applied effort to our talent to get us to where we're going. So it's really talent times effort is going to equal achievement. And that's what it takes to be great. I'm going to leave you guys with this. She talks about this parable of the treadmill. And it's the concept that you and I are getting on this treadmill right here. Right? We're getting on this treadmill together, and we're just going to run until somebody falls off. And whoever's still on the treadmill wins. Right? What type of mindset am I bringing to that treadmill? Am I bringing the mindset of the treadmill, you know, I'm not good at cardio. I can't run that fast anyway. You know, that's too hard. You know, I'm a little sore, right? That's a fixed mindset. You're already giving excuses for why you can't do it before you even start. And then when you get on that treadmill and that first obstacle comes up, you start to lose your breath, your legs start to get tired, you just hop off, right? That is a fixed mindset. No, the growth mindset is I'm getting on that treadmill and I'm going to run until you fall off or I die. Those are the two options. Either you fall off this treadmill or I die. And those are the only options. And you know what? Maybe I fall off first, but guess what? I get right back up, and tomorrow I come back and I get on that treadmill again. I get on that treadmill again, and again, I am not going to get off until either you fall off or I die, and I'm going to continue to put forth the effort twice to get where I want to go. Now, talking about twice, I look forward to seeing you guys back for part 2.